Hi, I'm Cody Nickell, and I am playing Camillo in The Winter's Tale.
And I'm Kate Eastwood Norris, and I'm playing Paulina, and a character named Dorcas, who I've decided her last name is Malorcas. In The Winter's Tale, we play very good people.
Yes, we're the kind of moral center.
Yeah, just sort of orbiting around the king and his family and the queen and trying to fix everything that got destroyed because of the king. Well, I have known about the character of Paulina for a long time, and I really wanted to play her someday. And, you know, years pass, and there's certain Shakespeare roles that I can no longer play because I'm older, and I have, those might be the only regrets I have in my life, that I never got to play blankety blank. So I was very keen to play Paulina, and I think I'm the right age for her now. Her language is incredible, and also she's such a strong woman, and she is basically screaming at a room full of men, what are you doing? What are you thinking? I don't find that difficult to do these days. and there's a lot of me that is getting out some stuff. I'm not the sort of person who becomes the character or, you know, but I enjoy the synchronicity of role and circumstance when it occurs, and it is occurring. And her language is off the hook, and she's a badass, and I'm so happy to be playing her. I won't say she's fearless. She has fear, but she does what she needs to do anyway. And she doesn't spend a lot of time in fear. And she's like, somebody's got to do it, I'm going to do it. And she goes into a room where everyone is anti her, or they respect her, but they can't act like they like her because the king doesn't at that moment. And she's like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do this. I'm the queen's ally, and I am going to speak for the queen because she can't speak for herself because she was put in prison. And so I just see her hacking through a forest, you know, going, look, there's an entire forest in front of me. All right, pick up an axe. And then she goes, and she doesn't complain about it. She just does it because it has to be done. And I admire that so much. And it's neat to pretend to be someone like that.
Well, it's also not unlike you. You see a forest and you pick up an axe.
I do.
Make your way through it.
I feel like I would be hanging out with Paulina a lot, you know. And we'd complain, but then we'd make a plan. We'd make a plan. So I love her.
And Camillo, who I'm playing, like we said earlier, is a really righteous, morally centered person, and somebody who's trying to navigate this person who this king who he loves and has dedicated his life to, who's messing everything up. How does he navigate that, and what happens over the 16 years that they're separated, and how does he forgive him, and all that stuff is really beautiful fodder for an actor to kind of get into. I was talking about how this play crosses all kinds of genres, and it's got tragedy and comedy, and watching each of these actors and this creative team trying to figure out how to square that circle. How to go, okay, we are in very high tragedy, and 2 seconds later we're in comedy, and 2 seconds later we're back in tragedy. How do you do that, and how do you do it facilely, and how do you do it with skill, and how do you do it with faith and belief? And watching us tackle that is awesome. It's great to watch each individual actor and the director and the production team kind of go, oh, well, what about this? Or how about this? Or I bring myself to this moment this way, or it's joyful. It's what theater can and should be.
I think one of my favorite moments is a sort of anytime my character has the word O, because it's just the O, there's no OH, and it's O, and then something dramatic after it. And I love the O because that is a command to not be subtle. and if you have one, it's like a gift. It's like, here's an especially fun treat for you.
You can make a lot of noise with
I have one O where I was on this big rant, and I was yelling at the king and just giving him whatever, and then I had this O, and I turned and I was like, oh, and I saw the whole theater as I was saying it, and it just it felt so good. It felt so good to be there and to see that beautiful space. and be able to say that. Oh, I'm getting a little choked up, but it was really a powerful moment. And then I have a bunch of those, so they'll happen every night. The other exciting thing was seeing my Dorcas costume, because it's ridiculous. And I was so happy to see that, because in the midst of all this drama, I get to go be this Dorcas Malorcas. And it's just ridiculous. And I never thought I'd wear something like that ever again. But yet I am. So come see Dorcas's costume. It's
Price of admission.
It's ridiculous. Oh, God.
Leopard print cowboy boots.
Just the beginning.
The beginning. Walking through that door.